Tom Sprague was one of the very first people I met here at a middle school meeting, and we were just initiating the middle school, and he actually taught 7th grade math. We were sitting in a middle school meeting, and he said that teaching 7th graders was like playing whack-a-mole. And once you got them all settled, you knew one was going to pop up, and there would always be one that would pop up. And I looked at this guy, and I'm like, he's huge. He's a big presence. He's the varsity football coach. And he's talking about whacking 7th graders on the head to keep them in their seat. And little did I know that, I mean, that's him. That's who he is.
I don't know if I've ever known anybody who was as optimistic, as upbeat, and is apparently easygoing. And I say that for a reason because you know, he's intense about a lot of things.
Tom, as a teacher, is always upbeat. You know, he can make a Thursday in February seem interesting to the boys.
He's who we should all emulate to be. You know, I want to be, after I've been here that many years, I want to still be as positive and not crazy and negative and yelling at the kids all the time, and that wasn't him.
This is the best part-time job he's ever had. Meaning, he comes in this, he does not think of this as, oh, I have to go into work. He comes in here excited and happy to be here.
He's the model of McQuaid's student athlete. You know, he can do it all.
Young men who want to go into teaching and coaching, I go, you better be ready to work nights and weekends, and Tom did that. He was, you know, great in the classroom here, after school, you know, not going home, going out there and coaching the young men of McQuaid, and, you know, obviously during football season, it's 24/7. It's a grind, and he made that grind look really, really easy.
In 25 years, I never heard a bad word about Tom Sprague. And students wanted to be in his classes. You know, the junior class officers wanted to work with him.
He always sees the good in people. He has an ability that you just can't teach, the way he's able to relate to people of all abilities, you know, ages, personalities.
He told us once very early on that he taught math so that football players and your average guys could learn math. And I remember looking at him thinking, that's kind of weird. Because most math teachers pride themselves on being like really into it. We're math nerds. And I thought, he's not a math nerd, but he is a math nerd. He's a complete math nerd, and he was able to teach pretty much anybody. And I think it's because he really loves the kids as much as he loved the material.
The kids, I mean, he might joke around with them and say something goofy to them, but he was always positive with them, and he was always there to help them whenever they needed help. I think the main thing is he's just a role model. He's who they should want to be.
He's your average guy who did well and has done well for himself, by his kids, his own kids, and our kids. And you can't replace that very easily.
He's been here for 44 years, and he's done so many things, you know, in community, coaching, teaching, all the relationships that he's made and the positive impacts that he's made. The school's gonna miss him. The school's gonna miss him.